2, 1. Woo! Welcome. This is Just Kicking It with JoY
and KendrA.
And we just kicking.
Yeah. Hi, JoY.
How you doing, KendrA?
Hi, we back again this week, huh?
That's right. Back in the place. Welcome all of our millions of viewers out there. We appreciate
everybody.
Okay. Have some exciting topics for you all. We know that you all have been hitting us up in our DMs, giving us these hot topics, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into a few of them. We only have an hour tonight. I know the other night we stayed a little long. I was very winded, long-winded, talking about absolutely nothing. And so tonight I'm gonna give my guests a little less and let that be more.
Okay. All right. So JoY, did you catch power this week?
You know I did. Now see, I'm one of those people that stay up until 3 o'clock. I got to see it as soon as it hit.
And you must got Verizon.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead on and make a plug for their $2 company, only because they have the goodness and they hard to keep stars on their network. But other than that, check out Comcast. But anyway, back to what
they will never be our sponsors the way you talking. So, who do you think killed good old James St. Patrick?
Yeah, you know, I've heard a lot of comments and chatter about myself, person. I think Tariq did it. Now I'm just gonna put it out there. But I hear that they have multiple storylines. Who do you think did?
I'm leaning towards Ramona. I don't know. I think she's an unlikely suspect. Therefore, she is the one that did it.
Yeah, she was there. She was there last.
Yeah.
Too, in terms of, remember when Ghost was having his little daydreams or whatever, seeing Kanan and
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that kind of got him back, snapped him back to reality,
Yeah, and you see how when the episode, what was it, last week's episode, when they were showing Pa's scene and she was like, he is unstoppable. I said, oh, so are you gonna be the one to finally stop him?
Exactly.
Right. But JoY, are you like a lot of other people in this world think Tariq did it too? Are you a part of the people that sending him all these death threats on Instagram?
No, I'm not. But people take this stuff very serious. I mean, when he set Tommy up like that, I really felt some type of way. And now, I'll be honest, I wanted to snap his neck when I watched this scene. Now, not to the point where I was saying him death threats personally. I mean, he's just an actor, but the Tariq character, that character, that's the one that I wanted to choke out.
Now, I will admit, I was pretty upset when what was it, last season when Raina got killed. I was like, it's badass.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked him ever since, to be honest.
But I was able to, get over it, take myself out of it, because you can't get very vested into these shows.
Right.
And did you see what they saying that Tommy's gonna have his own show now? Season 1, I seen him with a hat on. Did you see that?
Yeah. Now also they have where it looks like Ghost has an alternate identity, and has a different has a license with a different name and all that. So, one of our guests just admitted that she shot Ghost. Okay, welcome, Lamisha.
Oh, Lamisha's back again this week.
Yeah, one of our millions of viewers who is a dedicated fan. She knows how to come through and show support. Sometimes our millions of viewers don't show up, and it seems like we only have one, but we know it's Friday night, and many of them may be busy. So yeah, we excuse. Okay, we excuse. Okay. So back to the show. Again, I think you're right. Ramona is definitely someone that oh my.
Hello?
Yeah, okay, yeah, something happened. You got
Yeah,
disconnected.
I don't know. Technical difficulties.
Yeah,
But you
excuse
said,
us, yes, yeah, excuse us.
sorry about that.
Yeah,
But it
so
says she shot ghost, one of our regulars.
yeah. Lamisha
Oh.
21, she said, I did it. I shot go.
Oh, well listen, ma'am, we have millions and millions of followers. I guess some of them are murderers as well.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened when you have such a diverse group of fans.
Yeah, so
You know?
are you gonna tune in for Tommy's new show?
Oh yeah. I got to at least give it a chance, right?
I'm
I
just
mean,
trying. I want to know what Tommy's gonna be without Ghost. I mean, when he was doing the drug game without him, he kind of failed. So I'm looking forward to see how this is gonna work in California.
but it's just so interesting that Tommy's the one still alive. This ghost fella. I'm just kidding. Ghost. He all shot up and shit. I mean, it just make you think Tommy probably, really had game.
Yeah,
Because
and
he had a heart, not killing people when he needed to, leaving people alive. See, Tommy be dead in their ass, But that's the only thing you can do with a loose end.
mm-hmm.
But Ghost,
But it seemed like his.
all this and that.
But it also seems like all of Tommy's loose ends always unraveled. He always had to go back and kill someone else.
Yeah, it's true. Because he kept creating loose ends, Like God, you can't keep creating them as you're closing them and handling them. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right, stop making silly decisions. So that's his weakness, that he really only has a certain niche and special skill. But when it comes to sort of that long plan, and deep strategic planning and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
he sometimes doesn't really see that strategic planning that at the level that Ghost does. I mean,
Right.
Ghost is in way out. He's predicting responses and replies. He's setting things up based on those scenarios. That's some deep. That's chess. Tommy played checkers real well. He go through. He win when it's time to win. But like I said, it's a bull in a china shop kind of situation.
Yep. And also Sunday, I happened to watch The Real Housewives.
Oh yeah, our favorite ladies of Atlanta.
Who's your favorite lady of Atlanta, Joy?
Well, I gotta
Out of
say
the cat.
Candy, since we're using that just kicking instrumental, because if anybody come out there asking to be Candy. But big up to her. That's my favorite.
She your favorite. She does boss up.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
she does boss up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would have to say Candy. I love her as well, but it seemed like lately she's just been stirring the pot a little too much on this show for me.
You mean wait, pouting?
I said Candy has been stirring the pot.
Oh yeah, she had been getting a little tight messy because she bored.
You think so?
Yeah, she just bored.
Yeah. And what did you think about the whole name changing of Eva's daughter? I thought that was a really good moment on the show.
Oh, now I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that was a part of her storyline. Her daughter got her name changed to the husband's last name. It was very emotional for her.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, oh, right, because that he is that's what's his name's daughter? Kevin
McCall
McCall.
something. Yeah.
Kevin McCall.
What else happened?
An
Oh, your girl.
embarrassment. He is an
Your
embarrassment in a butthole. But I'm glad that he adopted her, I guess, officially. And I think that's
yeah.
sweet.
And your girl, the one half of what was it, freaking frack. Well, her little fiance that came back around had to meet with the family to, deem himself and put himself back in their good graces. Did you catch
hmm
that part?
Um, I did not.
No? Well, Sunday nights are very busy. So I understand. But
I mean,
yeah,
when I hear some mess going on and they screaming and stuff, I tune in. But other than that, I kind of start cleaning up the house and doing whatever chores.
well, I will say it was not one of their most exciting episodes. I think it was rather boring. When you think about it, I think the only exciting thing was no, that wasn't exciting either. I guess because they started talking about Kenya wearing a wig and Tanya done said she had a wig for she found Tanya's wig. I mean Tanya found Kenya's wig in a box. Something about she asked her to grab the wig and how she has this wig and she has a hair care line. So that was interesting.
Yeah,
But also speaking of the Real Housewives, did you hear about the issue between Wendy Williams and Nene? And
yeah.
Nene
Well,
is saying that
mm, go ahead.
yeah, well Nene is saying that I think Wendy Williams had reported that Nene was quitting the Real Housewives. Well, Nene is saying people need to basically keep their mouth shut because I was just venting to her. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that anybody who thinks Wendy Williams, as big as her mouth is some kind of friend where you can tell her something that you don't want to hit the streets is a nut. Now, Nene know good as well that if she wanted that to get out, tell Wendy Williams. If you wanted that to be some kind of secret and all this kind of a thing, hey, shut your trap. When has Wendy ever held back anybody's business?
She held back her own for a while
That's
though.
about it, right? So hey, that was Nene's business. So Nene should have known that. Oh, if this is not Wendy's business, it's gonna be out in those streets. So Nene should have kept her mouth closed. I mean, who does that? Like even when Wendy Williams was hanging with Black China and her mother, and some about the show, she coming back and telling out, I mean, like who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, people are letting you into their space, their intimate space, personal space, and I mean, he's just cold hearted, and that is why to this day, Kevin's off doing his thing and has impregnated no one, and they have a baby and a family.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wendy just need to kind of focus on getting a new life, living her best life, and then
Her
she
best
stopped
life.
on mess, and she will probably have some good karma for a change.
Yeah.
And speaking of karma, we're going to go into our commercial break. But first, we have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Karen's Crafting Corner. Right now,
Woohoo!
line Crafting Corner t-shirt. It is very nice. Now, I don't have my video showing tonight. I don't have the do that makes you do what you do. So I'm not going to embarrass myself. But when I do, I will be wearing a Karen Crafting Corner product. Also sipping out of a Karen Crafting Corner customized glass, sipping on my beverage as I entertain our millions of viewers. Okay. So if you guys are looking for customized products, if you're looking for products that last and really will make you stand out, go to Karen's Crafting Corner on Instagram, Karen's Crafting Corner on Facebook, and you will be able to look at some of her work and go ahead on and place an order. We're getting ready to go into our commercial break. We'll be back and we will see you shortly. Okay, good. And welcome back. We're back and we are live.
All right.
Co-host?
Hey, I'm here. I'm here. And Joy with the Y. I just wanted to mention that from the commercial, Karen's crafting corner was with a K. Karen with the S at the end of
Thank
Karen.
you. Yes.
Crafting.
Thank
It was also with
you.
the K, and corners also with the K. And
Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, out of our millions and millions of followers out there,
I'll put it in our chat.
yeah, put it in the chat, and also let them know about the Valentine's Day items that are on sale. We have all types of lingerie. I mean, boxers. I bought a pair last year, and I think one of them said I licked it, so it's mine. I mean, she has some really good things on there. The man, the legend. I mean, just check it out. I just wanted
Wow,
to make
yes,
sure that was here.
she has some for the whole family.
The whole family, kids included, pajamas as well. Alrighty, so
All right. Let's jump right in.
let's jump right in. Joy, let's talk about your favorite person, Mr. Tyler Perry.
Mm. Oh,
Did you happen to watch A Fall from Grace?
I did watch A Fall from Grace. And
I like it.
yeah, I mean, I really thought it was a good storyline.
Okay.
I was surprised. I mean, not really. I think he definitely has good storylines. I
Hmm.
think he sort of beats a dead horse with some of it, but definitely, he touches on topics that are interesting or familiar. Let me say that he touches on topics that are familiar, and so with that, you have to say, okay, we have to give it to him for bringing topics to life that ordinarily we wouldn't frame in a certain way. But what do you think? What hey,
Um. Okay. So if we talking about my fan of Tyler Perry, I will say I'm more of a fan of his earlier work in the stage plays. And I just think that's what some of his writing really reminds you of, whether it's in one of his television series or his movies. It all kind of reminds you of his stage plays because it kind of just sits there. Like all of his TV series is like it's kind of like long and drawn out. One situation takes place over several episodes, like a soap opera,
Right.
where
And
kind of like a
then,
stage play. So
yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. And for me, like I said, I just think that if he stuck with maybe plays, like it doesn't have to be a stage play. It could be a play on the television. I mean, that's where I've seen a lot of plays. I didn't see them on the live stage, right? Like it was on
hmm
the stage on television. So like do that kind of writing. He's real good with that kind of stuff. It only lasts a couple hours. That's just enough time for him to kind of at least get through something and get to an end.
yeah,
But you know what I mean? Like, I think this long range writing is just not his strong suit. I think he starts kind of going down the roads of the different because some of the times are multi-layer, and I think he just takes like each layer and he just goes too far with each layer. It's like, look, we don't have time to touch on everything that can undergird this overall problem. Okay. So let's kind of pick something, ride it through, and get to some interesting things. Okay.
yeah,
Whew.
and I think when he showed what was it? He showed what was it? Instagram, Twitter, one of those things. He showed where he is the one that writes all of the scripts for his television series. What do you think about that?
Um, I think it shows. I think that, you know, if Tyler Perry really wants to evolve, I think that he does need to maybe open himself up to more to some inspiration. I just don't think he is as inspired. And what it may be is that, you know, he's now moving in a whole different sphere than the sphere he came from, right? Poor in the car, the black church, and all this kind of thing. And now, word on the street is he was kind of, in the little bars with the gay boy. But that's something else. I'm just saying, these are kind of some perspectives that he has had. And he's woven a lot of that into, the plays, and then kind of, he's starting to do the shows and all of that. I think now he's not as connected to that stuff. And so he's kind of like trying to take what he remembers about it, which is kind of bland and diluted. And then he's kind of trying to, then the rest of it is just made up, right? That's when he loses us, right? He's like, that's not reality. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, and that's
Hmm.
for the viewer. It's like, where is he going with this? Like, he kind of started out good because that was the part that he was connected to. Then he goes into imagining stuff because he's really no longer connected. And I think that has sort of a stale, his work is right sort of stale because of it. So I think that if he were to either get connected sometime, go to the hood. I don't know. You got to get inspired,
Yeah.
but you have to walk the walk and talk the talk to really be able to evoke those emotions. Or you probably need some help from somebody that can coach you through the real emotion. Get the man from the street. Well, how does he feel when he's he's mad, and evoke those emotions. You really got to dig deep.
And I think I had heard where he said he made the post just to inspire people I guess increase their work ethic, and he does not have a writing room, or he had a writing room, and at some point in time basically it wasn't worth the investment because they didn't see his vision. So that is why he wrote all of those things himself. And I guess Black Twitter, they were just tearing him up, saying that's why, people need to have jobs. They can't have jobs because you're doing it all yourself. So now that A Fall from Grace came out, again, thought it was a pretty good movie, but it was a few issues that I didn't really want to, bring up. But the world noticed them. The wig. Did you see the wig changing in the, in the movie?
that was so. You know what? I really think. You know what? First of all, I definitely so what we should have asked him was, do you have a editing room? We know you don't have a writer's room. Okay, that's clear. And so you don't have an editor's room either. I mean, you got to get some rooms up in that big house for the plays in the television shows. Because I'm gonna need you to have some good editing. Okay. Now I don't know how so we were in, and I'm gonna just set the scene for everybody. So we're in the jail cell. We're looking at it. What's the actress's name? The one she's always crying in every show he does. What's her name?
The one from the Have and the Have Nots.
Yes. Woo, she's a crying woman.
I'll come back to it. Go ahead. Say her name.
All right, but her. So we are in the we are yeah, that's my
I was about to call her Rachel Fox. Think my Rick Fox.
Yeah.
All right,
so let me set the scene. We're in the jail, okay? And it's the lawyer and that actress that you just described.
The lawyer, what's that?
It's them two, right? It's them two and a table and the cameraman. So the cameraman, he pans over to the attorney, and wait, he was at the lady, the actress who you were talking about, and her wig is disheveled, it's matted, it's horrible. Tyler Perry he can pick some horrible wigs. Now that he's skilled at that for sure. So she got her horrible wig on, looking all tattered, and so we see her, and we're like, "Whoa, she really looks tattered, right?"
Mm-hmm.
So we then pan over to the attorney. She's really into her emotions. She's, sort of giving us very concerned lawyer, legal attorney, and so we're there with her. It starts to pull on our heartstrings. Well, all in 2 or 3 seconds, we turn back to the lady who's sitting across from the attorney. It's just her, that lady, the table, and the cameraman. We turn back to that lady. She has on a different wig? Both disheveled and looking a hot mess, but one looking more like Sealy in color purple, and the other looking more like a Little Richard shortcut.
No, Little Richard. Do the sound. The little. How do you use the sound? Little Richard.
I saw her. I said, what happened in just a few seconds? Right? Her, the lawyer, and the cameraman.
Yeah, you're right. I was like, oh, okay.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I said, wow. So then, hey, and out another issue. Let me tell you, because that was issue number one. It's like, all right, Tyler Perry, okay, you slipped up a little bit. Everybody makes mistakes. So we look up again, and lo and behold, we looking at another scene. Okay, well, we lady gets up out the bed. I guess she hears a knock. She's in her bed clothes. She puts on what we think of her slippers. We don't see them, but right, at the time. Mm-hmm. So she walks past the bed and goes out the door. We see the slippers. We're like, okay, it makes sense. She had put her slippers in, like we thought.
Okay. And then what happened?
Do you know, by the time she got to the steps, coming down the steps midway, she don't have no shoes on.
I didn't know that.
She don't have on no heels. She don't have mud on her feet. She don't have nothing going on. Just clean toes. Strolling down the stairs. Now, what the hell happened to the house shoes?
Now, I didn't see that part. I'm gonna go back there. I didn't see that.
Rolling out barefoot, like she just got out of the tub, out of the jacuzzi. and put on her gown. Now that's it. That's the same woman that just got up out the bed and put her bed slippers on. See, it's those type of transitions.
Oh, you talking about the part when she went to go ask the husband who he was on the phone with?
Yeah,
I gotta go
yeah.
watch that. I didn't see that part.
Now see, because that was another wig they talked about. Now see, now most times you say, okay, well, women, you got your bad wigs. We know some women just gonna have some bad wigs. But now when you got the men wearing bad wigs, what the heck? Now, golly, enough is enough. Because he didn't have to have a hairpiece, he didn't have to have one. And see, it's those type of decisions that I'm saying.
Okay.
Is why we got to question what Tyler Perry's doing. Like I said, he does great with plays, 2 hours. You got a beginning, a middle, end. Bam. We got our little action. We had a lot of singing and carrying on. We good. Medea, boom. But this, when he started having to produce, movies, 2 hours worth of a movie with the big setting, and he has to fill those settings with some activities and lines and a narrative, right? And the setting needs to match the script, da 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 da. He kind of gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, like for instance, even his show, Sisters or The Oval. I was a big Scandal fan, so I thought when I seen The Oval, I was like, yeah, like maybe this will bring back some, of the excitement I had when Scandal was on, or when I seen Sisters. We used to be good girlfriend TV show fans. I thought I was going to get a glimpse of that. I was like, oh, this is not what I had in mind, but it was definitely Tyler Perry ish. And I will admit I still watch. Give me some views, give me something to watch. But yeah, so I definitely agree with you on some of your points there about Mr. Perry.
Man.
And are you familiar with the Gabrielle Union and the being removed from, or what was it? Was she fired? Yeah, she was fired from America's Got Talent. Are you familiar with
Right.
that story?
Yeah, I read a little bit about it. I didn't, they were saying it was racist. It's kind of the same story.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. I mean, I don't. Hey, we know that there's racism out here, and I
Mhm.
guess for me, because I have been exposed to it and have really just had to kind of get over it and move on and find my way. I think this is one of those situations where my viewer is gonna be upset because I just can't find a lot of sympathy and empathy for certain things. I mean, Gabrielle Union is rich; she'll bounce back. I think she's a cute girl. She's talented. I don't see any. I just think she needs to find another job. I don't know what else we supposed to do.
Well, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you on that. I mean, regardless of her, going out to find another job, because I'm pretty sure she's very marketable and probably could get any job she wants.
Yeah,
However, no one I feel as though wants to be treated, um, racist. Nobody wants to
absolutely
be
not.
mistreated due to their skin color or
Right.
even their sex in this case. Um,
Right. And if you have a case, you pursue that case to the highest court. If racism is at the is undergirding this and is underlining this situation, she will need to take those avenues. But again, once you do that, I mean, it's kind of not newsworthy. I mean, people get fired every day. Monique, she kind of whining about her thing, and people out here struggling. I mean, we got folks that are dealing with this stuff, and they don't get to go on television and whine about it. They don't get to have lawyers and people that can really fight for them. And so when you see someone that has some resources, while again, you agree that this is very wrong, you just know that they'll be okay. Whereas someone else, really, their families could be at stake, in terms of the little bit impoverished life that they have, that could be gone. That's the real heart-wrenching thing, and so when you're busy over there trying to help those folk, it's just kind of hard to have the same magnitude of um, sympathy for some of this. I mean, you kind of rolling with some big dogs. You know how the game go, and the game is the game. And so,
But
But
just
again,
like Monique said, she,
it's not fair.
I think Monique, she says she has drawn this whole thing out because she wanted to take up for the people after her. So could it be the same thing with Gabrielle Union, where she's like, "Hey, I'm going to fight for the people that can't fight for themselves"? Because if I'm not mistaken, someone was quoted as saying her hairstyles are too black. What do you think about that?
I think that is disgusting and despicable. Okay. And that's really how I always thought of racism, but for some reason other people seem to think it's cool, and it continues to be allowed, and it continues to be able to permeate our communities, right? So clearly my little old opinion doesn't work. That said, we have to thicken our skin. We have to be strategic in the way that we fight against racism. Now, I think if it's really about the cause, that, again, for her and Monique, you link up with organizations that have been deeply rooted in those spaces the entire time. See, for them, it just seems sort of convenient, right? Oh, you got fired. Now you care about the cause, right? So, okay, fine. A lot of times we don't care about it until they hit our front door. I get it. But I still think that if it's very sincere and not you trying to exploit and sort of publicize and show off, and for your own selfish ways and grandeur, I think that you should really put your efforts towards a cause where the sum is more than its parts, its individual parts. And I think that's where you can make some real impact. But us trying to help folks get their job back and all this kind of stuff, how does that, we just cannot measure the impact overall with that little thing. But if you're with an organization that has a framework for measuring your effectiveness, right? That to me is a way to really advance a goal and a strategy. But us helping somebody get their job back, now who else did that help? I mean, come on. How are we gonna measure that? If it helps anybody but them. So I don't know.
So you agree to disagree?
Yeah, I mean, no, I agree that they need to find another job and stop whining. I mean, and if you got a case, take it to the courts. I mean, that's what we all do. I mean, you knew you was black when you walked in there to work with all those white people, right? So you had to know something may come one day, right? So if you that naive, here's your lesson. They racist. Now what? Right?
Yeah.
It's just in case you didn't know. Maybe she was in a bubble and what you call it, sheltered and everything. So but hey, hey, let her know this time. Then they on the show. Yeah, they fired her. Yeah, that's what racism about. Yeah.
You can be very controversial sometimes. That's why I love you. So, JoY, let me tell you. So,
okay, let me read this comment. We got a comment. Woo! Martell Christie. I thought she would let go because she was against racism and sexism against her and others. Yeah, is that why she was let go, Kendra?
That's what I thought the racism was towards her. I thought they were being racist towards her, saying that she was too black. That her hairstyles and things were too
having
black.
an opinion. Because that's another thing now. Like, hey, look at that. She can't even have an opinion about it. Even if it wasn't towards her and they kicking her out. That's why I say when you get out here, you got to have a plan A, B, and C. And I even know that, and I don't have as much money and resources as Gabrielle Union. And so my point is that no one is going to give us anything. They never have. And if you miss that, here's your lesson. And now you can begin to get into the good fight. And now you can begin to have a plan A and B and not think that because you want America's best talent and you got some good movies out there, that you are exempt from that which our ancestors on up to now have been dealing with since the beginning of this country in terms of the Columbus story. Okay, because we know it predated that, but the Columbus story.
So basically, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you here. You don't feel as though that, I mean, it's one thing that she was hurt about these sexes and races remarks against her and others, but she should not cry about it because she's rich and other people are dealing with the real problems. Is that what
No.
I'm getting here? I just want to make
Yeah, that's not totally it. The bottom line, it is part of it is right in terms of yes, stop crying. If you want to be with a real cause, there are organizations and that have been fighting this kind of thing for a very long time, and there are people who have not been fighting from America's best talent. That's like a good job. That you're celebrity, okay, and that's not for nothing, but it is to say that it's pretty convenient that because you have a platform, you want to use that to display this. But you weren't displaying any of this care towards this topic with the same platform before it hit your home. So if now that it's important to you, and I agree, it should be now, right? Because it smacked you in the face, right? Then get with an organization, throw your resources and money behind something like that, where you can actually measure impact towards your goal and stop the whining. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So on a lighter note, you know
No,
about
it's
that
always get heavy when these people think they're gonna come in here with this bullshit. It's gonna get heavy.
Okay, on a lighter note, did you see the meme or the joke? I'm not sure if someone played it on you, where it says that someone either texts you or calls you and say a detective is about to a detective is going to contact you.
Oh, hold on, I'm
And,
sorry. Before we go on, Lamisha said, in my opinion, these need to start speaking up before stuff happens to them. Now that's the truth, right? And
well,
I get that because, yeah.
I think in this situation, she initially had went to Simon Cowell with her problems. Because
Mm,
he said go to him and not to NBC. If I'm not mistaken, that's what I had heard. And
okay.
that's where now it became a thing with her and NBC. But initially, she took her problem to Simon Cowell.
Right. And I think she's doing the right thing. Again, I think because hey, you be racist to me, you know I'm gonna have me a case. I'm the case maker. Okay, you heard of rainmaker? I'm the case maker.
Oh, you the
So
case maker?
I'm the case maker. I don't play no games when it comes to a case of racism, right? I've had to share a couple of things myself. But that's what I'm saying. Hey, we can't keep whining about it. We have to advance the cause, stay in the good fight. And again, now that this issue is close to home, begin to really permeate your message throughout the community and begin to get serious behind it because this is not new. And this fight has been going on a long time. So I say join those ranks and help them because they have a strategy and a plan. You can help them expand, and then that will allow you to really be more impactful in terms of, like you said, if your message here is to try to make these type of advances for people that are coming behind her,
Mm-hmm.
other than that, it just kind of looks like it's a selfless, act. And you want people to get behind you for your own selfless reasons, and I just don't agree with that part whatsoever.
Okay.
All right,
So,
let me read these. All right. Oh, we have a Korean every woohoo. See, our
oh,
millions of viewers are coming in slowly but surely. I know it seems like they're trickling in, but they're out there. Yeah.
I think she was here last week, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
mama in the house. Oh yeah, yeah. That's mama. Yes, ma'am. All right, hey
Okay.
guys. Just want to throw up our cash out, our PayPal real quick. I am the left and right wing at gmail.com. If you guys like what you're hearing here, always feel free to donate. Okay. We don't have any sponsors just yet, so we are depending on our listening viewers. So again, there's our PayPal, and we will get back into the topics. Go ahead.
Okay, and I was saying on a lighter note, we have a few more minutes here. Did you hear about the meme that was going around where you text your mother or a significant other to say a detective is about to contact you? And tell them I was with you all day. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, and actually, my wife, okay, yeah, I have one. Um, she pulled that silly stuff with me.
Oh, and what was
Uh,
the ending
and
part?
and, and for our audience, here's our StreamYard link. If you want to join in and tell your story, just hit that link. We'll put you in the queue. But I'll go ahead on and tell it. So it was just pretty interesting because I'm at work, and I mean, I'm just working for the people. I work for Translate, so I'm a public servant, and I get a text from my wife, who I think is just innocent and adorable, right? And the text says, uh, if a detective called, just tell him I was with you after 2 or something, right? And I'm like, what? Is this my innocent and adorable wife? I mean, this sounds like a person who is a mischief type of person, right? Like, who is this? Okay. But it was like my wife's number. And so I was like, okay, because I really think I was just more shock and awe, right? And then I started thinking, what was she yesterday and all this kind of thing, right? And I'm like, what do I mean? Okay, it's not okay that I don't know where she was after 2, and now I gotta say it was me after 2. So I called Ty. Now, I don't know what I thought he could do, but he was on the team, so I felt maybe he was all jittery and feeling some kind of way too. So I called him, and he said, "Yeah, what's going on?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I wonder where she said." He said, "Yeah, she went to." I said, "Yeah, her buddy." I ain't gonna put
Mm-hmm.
everybody's name out there. And I
Okay.
said, she can't even go to the doctor and get a shot. Her and this buddy have now got something where a detective is about to call my phone, and I got to tell a story. Story. Speaking of story, what is our story? Right? She ain't told me anything. Just I need to tell the detective with me. Number two. Where? Doing what? With whom? Those are just questions I had, right? So I went on the tip. I said, we got it. Let me tell you what I said. I'm gonna go through it because I'm not doing
That's
it in
fine.
this. Hold on, because I just want to get it out. Because I mean, my heart started racing. I'm like, Lord, because never mind, I'm coming out of jury duty. I got my own. I got my own a cloud over my head. I'm trying to work through. Okay. And then not all this about a detective you bringing to me. All right, so she goes, a detective is going to contact y'all today. Tell them I was with y'all all day yesterday, please. So Ty, my son said, huh? What did you do? She gonna write it all cap. I was with you. And then say, I'll explain later, right? So I said the thing, okay, because she was screaming in the text. So I didn't know what kind of pressure we was on. It was all caps. I'm like, oh no, okay, okay. It's stuff is getting real. So then go on down. So Ty, he, now he all up and I'm sure in the frenzy because he has his energy like his mom. He goes in the left field. Oh, my friend's mom is an attorney. She's not gonna charge too much for your case, but you need to let us know what's going on. Now, who said that? What kind of 18-year-old young man said that but mine? I'm like, Lord, look at this one. Here I go. This is mama, so maybe this is where you get it from. I said, what is the story? Where am I gonna say we were yesterday? I said, gotta have a story together for this kind of stuff. And then she gonna say, we ran errands yesterday until 2. came home and was there the rest of the day. I'm like, oh, she killed somebody. This is a real alibi. Like, oh no, oh, I cannot wait to get with her, right? Because I definitely want to call. I mean, it's just, I don't know. The phone's tapped. What is going? So Tyler, he really get into it. Okay, but if we're going to be dealing with the detective, then we need specifics such as dates, times, and detailed activities. I'm like, what the heck? She don't have time to write no manual for this crap. We got to scramble our story together quick using 3-letter words and things like that. Okay. So after all that, she gonna put gotcha neck. I don't know what the neck was about. That's why I knew she was drunk off laughter. Gotcha neck. It was a joke to see who would really have your back if needed. Yeah. Can you believe that?
But I believe it, and she definitely was shown that you and Ty are a ride or die family.
Yeah.
You guys read it.
To get a story.
Mine wasn't quite like that.
How did yours go?
Okay.
Look, look at this. This is her mother, mother-in-law. Miss Everett here, Corrine Everett. She better not try that with me. I could have a heart attack. I don't play when it comes to me pickings. Okay, that's right.
Well,
I know you didn't try it on her.
Well, I did. So let me tell you, I thought about it for a little bit. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to text my mom that, because this could really go left. She could ruin it, call me, and it'll just go left, right? Or she's not really prone to read her text messages. So then it'll just get missed. So I was like, let me call her. So I called her, she answers. She's like, hey, what's up, Kendra? I'm like, nothing. And then she just goes on her own rant about what was going on in her life. Then I said, well, listen, I really don't got time. I really called you for a favor. She's like, a savior? What are you talking about? I'm like, no. Not a savior, a favor. I need a favor. And she's like, well, what kind of favor do you need? And I'm like, well, somebody, listen, I just really need you to understand. I'll explain everything to you later. I'm trying to act like I'm in a panic, right? So I'm like, a detective is going, a detective?
Be holding. She don't want to hear nothing about that.
What do you mean a detective is going to call me? And I'm like, oh my, and I just couldn't go through with it because I just burst out laughing. And then she was like, don't call me. Do not call me with that, because we were just talking about honesty at this meeting I was in, how we have to be more honest, and this, that, and the third, and you called me with this. And then she told me something, and matter of fact, to be honest with you, by the time they looked me up in the system from a case way back when, they gonna be like, she's a liar. She was in fraud. We're not gonna believe her. I'm like, no. And that was
it. I'm sure you didn't expect that to happen.
I didn't at all. I was like, whoa, backfired. So,
well, but family is something else. They are so good. Like, like you said, you call and try to lay your burden down. Shoot, they so busy putting an avalanche on you. You don't even up for air because they need some dog.
I said, well, dang, my people not ride or die.
Yeah. Some people say hello and boom, 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 boom. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? To greet you back before you lay your burdens down. Wow. Geez.
I'm like,
they've been needing somebody to talk to all day, hadn't they? Yes, sir.
I mean, I've seen online where some people are posting their text message responses, and some people really are ride or die, because they ask them like, what color car we was in, what time was we at the mall, what mall did we go to, did we drive your car, man? I'm like, dang, y'all, have y'all done it?
One of my guests, our guests, I'm sorry, I'm on my phone. One of our guests just sent me a text. And you know what? I want to put the bus in reverse. Okay, no pun intended on my job. We're gonna put the bus in reverse. So apparently, we're gonna go back to that Gabrielle Unions. So apparently, Terry Crews had a little something to say. Let me share this with our
I
listening
did not mention
audience.
that, but go ahead.
Yeah. Let's back it up. Okay, let's do it like Cardi B. Okay. Uh, at Terry Crews speaks out about Gabrielle Union leaving America's Got Talent after her claims of a toxic work environment. I can't speak for sexism, but I can speak on any racism comments. That was never my experience, he says. Now, I'll let you go because we gotta speak. We gotta talk about Terry Crews.
You gonna let me go?
I'm gonna let you go.
You gonna let me go? Nah, I'm more interested to see what you got to say about Terry Crews.
Okay, I'll go ahead on and say it.
Okay.
Now, we all remember the hashtag Me Too, and it's really primarily for women, and just kind of like coming out and really speaking up about the sexually oriented violations that men have been putting on them, trying to get jobs, and just in various areas of our lives, right? People are really standing up and saying no more, and they do not feel that they need to engage in any sexual acts, have to be, under any type of a sexual environment just to advance, right? In anything, even just to go to the store, you shouldn't have to be gripped and groped and carrying on, right? So it's hashtag Me Too. People that have been violated are standing up. We're sharing information. We're making sure that we can have some preventative, ways to make sure that things don't happen to us. I mean, it's really a good time. Well, up merged Terry Crews. He wanted to have his own little hashtag Me Too. I said, now, first of all, you're not going to come in here with your big burly tail and overshadow our movement, but he kind of thought he did. And I'll tell you what he said, his hashtag Me Too. I'm trying to get a job, and some man touched my private parts and all this kind of carrying on and grip and grope me and all this. First of all, everybody said, your big old tail, you let some man do all that. Now you see what side Terry Crews, and is that just some guy, like he's some puny little guy, he gonna grow up and grope him. Like, man, hey, that had to be a pretty bold guy. And the guy that he for some puny person. We like, man, you must have let him grope you, bro. So Terry Crews don't see a lot of things that are right in his face. Okay. And sometimes it's right up under his nose and chest and everything. Okay. You get where I'm going with that. So for him to say that comment, I'm not surprised. I would not expect him to stand up unless he gave him some type of spotlight. And even on this, he trying to get some spotlight. I think that he is not a person to stand up for himself, let alone anyone else. And that's what kind of weak, silly man I think Terry Crews is. And I think he's getting too old to be such a silly man. It's time to really grow up. It's time to get serious. And it's time to really begin to stand up for your community, Terry Crews. But again, he could not stand up for himself. So to think that he would stand up for a woman or anybody is something that you can probably only dream of, because he's just not that kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you did not go too far deep into this. I'm really proud of you. I mean, I was wondering if we had a censor button for some of the things that were going to come out of your mouth. But I think you handled it very well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. And so again, but like I said, if Gabrielle really wants to make some impact with this, I think she should take our advice and sort of again link up with an organization and help really spread the word and help people that have been passionate about the topic for years really make a bigger impact. So, all right. So moving on, we're down to our last 30 seconds. Anybody want to come in to our chat? You want to say something? We'll post you up on our board. Again, we're going to go ahead and give our sponsor a shout out, Karen's Crafting Corner. Okay, I'll put her information back in our chat.
Yeah.
She has specials for Valentine's Day. She customized all types of items. I mean, from uh, shot glasses, wine glasses, T-shirts, hats, kids snacks, birthday gifts. I mean, this woman is on. She's on it. All right, she is on it. There's her information right there. Catch her on Instagram, Facebook. And of course, you can catch her here on Just Kicking with KendrA and JoY. And we're going to go ahead on and close out. And we are thankful for all our guests, and we are wishing you all well. Join us again next Friday, same time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, color people time. Okay, that's what the CP mean. So it'll be around 8:30ish. Okay, so hang around and we will see you guys next week.
Until then, you guys, see you next week.
JoY and KendrA.